Alright, Monsieur Poirot. I do have a question to ask you. Who the heck murdered Captain Jack Idiot Sparrow? Will it be the sweet little snowman named Olaf? Could it be that young Jedi Master named Rey? Or rather thought it could be Mr. Green Goblin. Who did it? Do you know, dude? Well, let's go ahead and do this movie review right now. Well, anyway, hi ladies and dudes. This is Rebecca Lynn Barkley, aka Boopa 1987. This is my review for today. And today, I am finally back with another movie review, ladies and dudes. And yes, I will let you know right now, from last year, I did my movie review of Death on the Nile. And it is one of my favorite films that I did see from Mr. Kenneth Branagh. After all, I really love that movie so much, and I decided to rewatch that movie again. So, yeah, it just blew me away from start to finish with the cinematography, the casting, the characters, and the whole entire mystery that's going on in the film. After all, I like that version better than the one from the 1978 version. It's good, but has flaws. And I decided to do the other movie review that featured Kenneth Branagh. Well, the one that really started it all. And yes, it does have a very big, giant casting. So for my next movie review is Murder on the Orient Express. And yes, it is truly based by a book. And it also qualifies as another homework film. Yeah, something that us, the fans, need to study about. That's for sure. So without further ado, ladies and dudes, let's head on to my next movie review of Murder on the Orient Express. So let's head on to the main plot of the story. I'm not sure this is the very first story or not, you know, that started all for this Hercule Poirot's book series and all that stuff. I never done any research about it, so I have no idea which story that started it all for this whole entire series of Hercule Poirot's detective mysteries and all that stuff. So I don't have any research about it. But anyway, it's a story about this dude named Hercule Poirot. He's been a private detective dude for all of his life to try to solve mysteries around the world and solve the case and who done this and that and whatever. And yeah, one day he went to Istanbul to stay on a hotel for, I'm not sure who knows how long, to smell the wonderful fresh smell of bread. He loves bread. He adores bread. And yeah, in the very same area, let's just say he reunited a friend of his named Brooke. And Brooke told him that he's on a vacation on his own, and he's heading to the Oriental Express. And he wants to ask if Hercule Poirot would like to come with him on this trip of his. So he said yeah, so they're heading on a train ride, and yeah, later on in the movie, there was a mysterious killer on the loose, and somebody killed one of those passengers who died in his sleep or something like that. So yep, it's up to Hercule Poirot to stay on the train in a harsh, cold winter and try to figure out who had done it. And that's all I could say about the main plot of the story. And I guess everybody wants to know is, what the heck do I think about this movie called Murder on the Orient Express. Well, to tell you the truth is, ladies and dudes, I really did enjoy this movie. It's a pretty darn likable film. I mean, I know some viewers liked it, some viewers don't, or some of them have mixed bags with this movie. But for me, I enjoy this movie very much. I really like this movie from start to finish. I mean, this movie is pretty well done and pretty well detailed. And no, over 9,000, no. I have never seen the Murder on the Orient Express that came from the 1974 version. If you guys want me to do that movie review, maybe one day I'll do it, so see which one is the best or the worst or the decent, who else. You get the picture. If you guys want me to do that, I will do that one day, but for right now, I just want to focus on this version. I would say it had a pretty good storyline for the most part. The characters are likable, has good casting. I frickin' love the cinematography of this film. It had a really nice score. And most of all, it has some interesting fun facts you should know about this movie. Something I discovered right away. And yes, ladies and dudes, I will let you know I did some homework about it. That's for sure. So let me go ahead and tell you about the strongest points and the weakest points of Murder on the Orient Express. I will say for the strongest points for this movie is I freaking love the cinematography. The cinematography is very well done, very well shot, very well detailed, and yes, Kenneth Branagh did a really good job of directing this film. I mean, he knows how to direct a movie pretty well, even if he is, you know, the main casting dude for the movie, I guess. Guess he has to do that at the same time. It's just breathtaking to me from start to finish. That's all I could say about cinematography. And now, ladies and dudes, here's some interesting fun facts you should know about Murder on the Orient Express. Tell you the truth is, there's a couple of people here and there who knew each other in some previous films here and there. If you pay attention to some of the casting people, like Johnny Depp, Michelle Pfeiffer, and Penelope Cruz, they knew each other before in a previous film. From Johnny Depp to Michelle Pfeiffer, they knew each other from Dark Shadows, and also they're very good friends of Tim Burton, since they worked with him in some other previous films here and there from the past. And yes, Johnny Depp and Penelope Cruz, they also knew each other from the fourth Pirates of the Caribbean movie. Did anybody notice that? And yes, Johnny Depp, Penelope Cruz, Josh Scaff, and Will Dafoe, they all got involved in Disney. Like I said, those two people knew each other from Pirates of the Caribbean, number 4. And Will Dafoe played a mysterious fish who has a scar on its face from Finding Nemo. And yeah, we all know about Josh Gap. He is known as the sweet little Olaf from the Frozen saga. That's for sure. And yeah, Judi Dench and Kenneth Branagh, they did knew each other before in another previous film. I did see the movie of it. I only saw little parts of it. They were involved in a movie about Shakespeare. Like I said, I saw bits and pieces of the movie about it. And I did not know that Kenneth Branagh is going to play Shakespeare. Weird thing to say, don't you think, ladies and dudes? And did you also know that Michelle Pfeiffer is also a singer? She did, some songs in the previous films as well. She did a song from The Prince of Egypt, and she did a couple of songs here and there from Grease too. And she did a song right here in this film that featured the end credits of this movie. Something that'll bring you to a tear to your eye. It's really, really sad. And another interesting fun fact about this movie, there are some parts of this movie, just a part of it, but I know it's a fictional film. There was one part of the movie that was based by a true story. Something that's all about the Armstrong family. Something that was really tragic and heartbreaking that came from in the 1930s. If you know what type of story that I was talking about that was based by real history, you'll know what I mean. And I did learn that important fact from Mysteries at the Museum. Yeah, something I did not see coming from many, 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 many years ago. If you know what I mean. Oh yeah, another fun fact I forgot to mention, that Judi Dench and Penelope Cruz, they also worked together in another previous film. The most forgotten musical of all time, called Nine. I wonder if you guys remember that musical or not. I guess that movie was completely forgotten after many, many years later, I guess. So overall, those are the interesting fun facts that I found with this movie. And now let's go on to the most weakest point in the movie, and I only found one major weak point of the film. Forgive me for saying this, ladies and dudes, but I'm afraid Will Dafoe was the most underused character in the whole entire film. Yeah, he played some type of professor dude. A professor dude who's, just pretty darn useless in the whole entire movie. So yeah, I feel bad for this guy. He deserves better. Since I never read the book about this character, so I don't have any information about it, to be honest. Yeah, he was underused in this film. He was underused in John Wick Part 1. And sadly, he was underused in Spider-Man No Way Home. Because he wasn't much of a main villain of the movie. Sadly to say. That's all I could say about the major weak point in the movie is poor Will Dafoe was underused in this movie. That's for sure. I have nothing to say about the characters. They're all pretty darn likable and enjoyable to watch. Even Kenneth Branagh's performance as Hercule Poirot, or rather Monsieur Poirot. I really like this guy so darn much. He had a really good storyline. He has a great personality, great attitude. He knows how to solve mysteries pretty well. And yeah, he had some backstory, a little bit about the person that he knew in his previous life. And he is a really good pal to Brooke and some others. He is a very good character overall. And yeah, Brooke, I like him too. He's a very likable person. He's a fun, innocent young man who wants to go on a vacation, have a good time, and he's a very good right-hand man to Monsieur Poirot. I don't want to say anything about the Death on the Nile. If you know that film, you know what I'm talking about. What else I could say? So let's head on to my final thoughts of Murder on the Orient Express. Overall, Murder on the Oriental Express is a pretty darn good film to watch. It had a very good storyline, likable characters, good casting, good cinematography. It had a really good score, and the plot twist will be way too weird to notice. And there's a good theme song that will make you cry. Big time. So I decided to give this film an 8.5 out of 10. It's a very darn good movie to watch, and yes, it has some amazing fun facts to be found in this film. That's for sure. And that is it, ladies and dudes. That's my whole entire movie review of Murder on the Oriental Express. And if you guys want me to do the 1974 version of the film, I promise I'll let you know about it soon. I swear to that. And I gotta get going. I gotta go to work, make my breakfast and all that stuff. So I'll see you all later, and sayonara.